welcome to Just Be Journals. I have my reading journal that I'm going to do a flip through for February, and then in the same part I'm going to show you my setup for March. So I hope you enjoy. So let's kind of flip through some of this. I already saw this in like my previous videos. But here is February, and I did a Once Upon a February idea spread, and this one was inspired by a readathon that I helped co-host, and so it's pretty simple. I was still getting out of a reading slump / creative slump, but I got this washi tape that I thought would look really pretty on the bottom, and then I had some stickers like from the Happy Planner Princess sticker book, so I thought it would be really cool to put her behind the washi tape. Anyways, so I did my TBR game here, the prompts for the February. This is my wrap up with my stats here. Not very pretty right now. And then this is book reviews. So if you don't want to look at what I thought of these, don't look too closely. But I had previously printed out book covers, and I actually got my printer working again. So yay, we're going to see that in the setup videos for March. So that was February, and let's go ahead and start off with March.
Okay, so I'm going to try to do a voiceover over what I did for the setup. So we'll see how it goes. But right now I printed these lilacs off of Canva. So I just kind of put it on a document. And the theme for this month is lilacs, but also is that bronze color that you're going to see in a minute. And so the reason I chose this theme is because my anniversary is actually in the month of March, and my husband and I have been married for about 8 years, and each anniversary we thought it would be fun to do a anniversary gift based off of the traditional gifts that you usually get. So more on that in a minute. Right now I am using Distress ink, and this is the denim color. It is called the chipped sapphire, but it looks denim to me. So I just got this from Michael's, and this brush, I used the bigger brush to try to get bigger strokes. So it looks a bit patchy, but when it comes together, I liked it better. I just wished it was a little lighter, but it's what I had. So okay, so as I was saying, the traditional anniversary gifts, and for 8 years, the traditional gift is bronze. And so we like to interpret what that means. It could mean like the color, it could mean the substance made of bronze. So however we choose to interpret it, and that's how, it's always fun to see how we interpret the giftings. And so I'm going to use bronze for the lettering, and then in addition to that, my husband gives me the traditional flower. And so this I find all on The Knot. They have a list of traditional flowers and the traditional gifts. So that's what I kind of used. And so I saw that it was lilac. So lilac is different from lavender, I found out. I don't know why those two were similar in my mind, but lilacs actually hang off trees, and lavender actually grows on the ground, like straight up. So finding, ephemera was hard because there's a lot of lavender ephemera, and lilac's not really used often. So that's why I did Pinterest. Now, here you're going to see that I'm playing around with the lilac. And initially, sorry, can't say that word. I was going to put the lilacs on this page and then just cut like a hole, like in between, like making it like a frame. But I realized why would I need to do that if I could just put the stickers over the distressed ink? So I kind of left this in there to see that even as I'm setting up my journals, and I think one way, change it midway through. I actually did not map this out. I just had a concept and I just kind of went with it, just kind of let my creativity take over. So yeah, this one worked better in my opinion. So anyways, I just cut the frames and I'm going to outline it like it's going to be a frame around this distressed ink. And the paper I have is sticker paper, so usually I use like an Elmer's glue, but I had some leftover sticker paper. So I'm piecing it together as I go because initially I thought these frames were going to print out bigger, and I'm getting used to this size notebook. This is the first time I have this size of a notebook. I think it's a B6 and or B5. I always forget, so I can put it on the screen for you once I figure out what it is. But when I printed these out, they just came out a little smaller. So I've always used an A5 notebook for a reading journal. But this came in a subscription box, and I really liked the design, and I really wanted to see what a B6, the B6 size would do. And so I'm just kind of making this work for me. So I'm going to layer these stickers on top of each other. You can't really see it there on the bottom, but if you look closely to like the frames, you're going to see that I didn't match the stickers quite up the way that it seems seamless, but again, it's okay. It doesn't bother me. So, all right. So as I'm finishing this up, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about this design, I guess. So lilac, like I said, did not map this out. So I'm just kind of going with the flow here, but in a minute, you're going to see me pull out a Sharpie that is in bronze color. And I will say Sharpie does hold up on these pages. So this is an Archer and Olive notebook, and this is not sponsored, but I was worried about how this was going to, the Sharpie was going to bleed through. And it like slightly ghosts, but that's because I also have like a heavy hand when it comes to writing. So I tried to be very light and intentional. But if you ever wondered that or a little nervous about using a Sharpie, if you have a light hand, it should not, in my opinion, like bleed through. So I was happy that that worked out because that was the only thing I had. So I'm going to use the bronze for the lettering. And this is going to be the cover page, so I'm going to put March on there. I'm going to also put my TBR prompts on this page. I do play a TBR game, so TBR is to be read, and I have another channel. I'll try to remember to link it down below if you're interested in seeing that, but I do book reviews. And in that on that channel, I do play a monthly game. And that monthly game, I do get prompts and I match the books on my Goodreads TBR to those prompts. So I usually like to write them down and then try to prioritize those reads at the beginning of the month. But sometimes I don't always finish them, and that's okay. So that's what this title page is going to hold right now. I also dug into my ephemera, and I'm going to pull out these little stamp stickers, and you'll see it in a minute. Right now I'm still struggling with this border, but anyways, so the stamp stickers I received, they came in little packages, and honestly my husband got them for me for Christmas, so I don't really know where they're from. But in there, they had like, it looked like bronze seals, like where you seal a letter to me, and seal a letter. And so you're going to see that. I'll just kind of add that. And then I'm going to have a little, what's it called? The little dictionary notepads. And these I found on Amazon. So I'm also going to flip through those and pick out, I actually picked out 3 different words, but I think I only ended up using 1. And we'll kind of see that shortly in a minute. But yeah, it's just, it's a word that I wanted to use. So, okay, here I am. I was going to try to use a stencil, but the Sharpie was not going to fit in that stencil. So here I am going to do a very light hand, and I'm just going to write March. And I think I show you that it doesn't ghost, or like it like barely ghosts or something. So it worked out perfectly. And then I'm getting my notes ready to see like what my prompts are, and also trying to figure out how I'm going to space it. But there's a little stamp. I talked about the little sticker with the little seal, I guess. And this, I think technically was a lavender one, like lavender flower in the center. But I turned it upside down to make it look like it was hanging. So I don't know if you can see it that well in this zoom out version. It's kind of hard to film a larger journal. So I feel like you can't really see a lot of the details. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, so I think now is when I'm looking at my prompts or getting the words. But this word is intimate. And so because it is our anniversary month, I thought this was a perfect word to just put right there. And every year I try to do a theme based off of our anniversary, like traditional gift and flower. I think I started this on our 5th anniversary, and I usually do it in my memory keeping journal, but since this year, I'm not doing a lot of journals. I'm just doing my reading journal. I am gonna put that theme on March. But yeah, it's been hard to keep up with multiple journals lately, so maybe I just need simplicity this year. But yeah, so I just outlined that, and if I can read what it says intimate, so private and personal as to be kept secret or discussed only with a close friend or relative. So anyways, so yeah, I'm really liking how this was turning out, but I knew I wanted to have a brighter color. So you're going to see me introduce another color here in a minute. But yeah, this month I'm going to be reading or prioritizing 4 books. And so the first book I have written on here is The Pilgrim's Progress. And I recently saw that movie, that it's like cartoon version, and it really impacted me, and I really wanted to try that classic. And so for my first role, I got classics, a classic genre, so I picked that one. And then my second role, I got 20 in 2026, and one of my books that I wanted to read was The Royal Artisan by Tessa F. Shar, and I really love all her books. She's a biblical fiction writer, and so that's the one I picked. And then my third prompt was supposed to pick a mystery thriller and had a random color in it, but I picked Life Flight. And then the last one is a randomly choosing on my Goodreads a number, and so I ended up getting number 66, and that was a middle grade, or YA, I guess, because it was in the teen section. And this is Resistance, and that's by Jennifer A. Nielsen. So here I am just writing that in. I also showed you 3 Tombow dual brush pen like markers, and the green one was the color that I introduced, and that is in 126. And I just love this vibrant green. You're going to see it in a minute. And then the other color that I did use quite a bit was, actually it's not marked on my pen because I rubbed off the number over the years of use, but it's that, I guess I would call it lavender color, the darker purple. And then I don't remember if I used the lighter purple at all. I wanted to, so maybe I used it like later on. But yeah, here I am lining up those lilacs like they're hanging off the branch from the tree. And so again, this is on sticker paper. I wish they were a bit bigger. So I'm taking that X-Acto knife and I'm just going to stagger them and make them look like they're different shapes, or different like lengths. And so that's what you kind of see here. So it's like going to hang over. Again, I was improvising this the entire time because I didn't really have layouts for me to use. So, right, so this page is going to be my March wrap up. And essentially, it's just going to hold down the books that I did read and like their star rating. And so typically, I'll do like 2 separate pages, the book review and the wrap up. And I'll just put like how many star ratings I have for certain things. But yeah, I don't really have a way how I do this. It's just kind of different. It's just different each time. Like you saw, my February one did not look pretty at all. And that's just because, I just did that one last minute. I usually set up like this is the 1-star section, 2-star section, 3-star section. I didn't do it this time. So I'm just going to leave it blank. But yeah. Okay. So I'm just cutting off those stickers, and I'm going to use that bright green to do a border. I took out some washi earlier. I'm sure y'all saw that. And that washi just did not fit the vibe that I wanted to go for. So I thought to bring in that bright color, let's just use the green Tombow. And so that's what I ended up doing. And I think the next thing after this, I'm just gonna write March wrap up, and then add the little sticker with that like that seal, because it came with 2, the packs that I got from my husband. And I think I'm gonna put that in the bottom corner. So that's where we're at in this spread. And I did not use that blue distressed ink at all. I just realized that in the other spreads, but you're going to see me do a different distress ink on the next page. So, and I think that just about wraps it up. Okay, so while sorry you can't see what's happening on the bottom, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the next spread's going to be. So the next spread is going to be focused on a readathon that is happening in March. And that readathon is hosted by Macy at the Brightside Girl. And she does readathons for like different ones throughout the year. And she has like 2-week-long readathons, and a lot of them were pretty fun. Like I got to see her announcement video. I participated in last year's Mermaid Marathon, and I really enjoyed that a lot. So I thought I would try out her other ones. So I didn't try out the first one of the year. I was just in a reading slump. But this one that I'm doing is going to be Galaxy-athon. And so here I have a little book from Archer and Olive from another subscription box. Again, not sponsored. And in it had galaxies and like moons and starry skies. And I just pulled out two of like my favorites, and I'm figuring out how I'm going to want to do this. But I thought the colors went well with the lilacs. And I really liked that big galaxy one. So I didn't want to take so much away from the lilacs inspiration, but I also wanted to make this like its own. So anyways, Macy's what's it called, readathon is all about like sci-fi books and space books and all of that. And so she actually has two teams you can do. You can do aliens versus earthlings. So more about that in a minute. Let me go ahead and explain what I'm doing. So I put that big picture kind of diagonally in the center of the page because that's going to be my focus. Then I had these little square sticky notes that I thought would be perfect to put on the sides for the prompts. So I'm going to be Team Earthlings. Here I am taking out a archival ink in black soot, and this I also got from either Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and taking that same brush and I'm just going to go over the what's it called, the sticky notes with it. And so when I go over it and peel it off, you're going to see that white space underneath, and I thought that would be perfect for when I write down the prompts in it. I was actually hoping that this would be darker than it came out, and I don't know if, again, I don't think I'm using this to its full potential. Like, I'm still new to distress ink, so if you do have any tips about that, do let me know, because I want to make sure I'm using it to its full potential. But it is, I guess, what it is. As so anyways, I'm just gonna do the whole page in this, like the whole 2 pages like this. So Galaxy-athon, right. So this is running from March 9th to the 22nd, and I'm on Team Earthlings, like I said, and I'm going to put the prompts in there, and I'm going to put the books that I'm going to read. Anyways, I get lost in thought. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm putting up the finishing touches. I'm going to put that big old galaxy in the middle, and I did crease it so it could be easy to glue down. But I'm just going to use Elmer's glue because that works for me. And this page is thin enough to have that, so I don't need to get the sticky tape. And I think here I'm also going to put paper underneath it so it doesn't get all over my journal. And I'm also going to bring back that bronze Sharpie, and it showed up nicely on that paper. And so I'm just going to put a few more details on this page, and I think that page would be considered done. But yeah, so first time I'm doing this readathon. I am not a sci-fi girly. I actually don't really like sci-fi movies a lot. Like, it's very rare that I do. And I mean, there are a few that I do like, but I decided I wanted to give her readathons a try because, again, I had so much fun last year. And maybe I'll discover that I'll like, you know, a few more of these other ones. So I'm just going to add a few like decor around this picture. This is me deciding what I'm going to write and how I'm going to write it. But I think I just put the dates here and like what team I'm on. So I think I'm reading a total of 3 books for this readathon. And so the 3 books that I will be reading are Recorder by Kathy McCrum. I'm going to reread Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And currently I'm reading Secrets in the Mist by Morgan L. Bussey. 2 of these are on audiobook and one's a physical read. And so I'm very happy with the choices I've made. They were already on my TBR, except Project Hail Mary. I already read that one, but I'm so excited to get back into it because around March 20, is it March 20th, I believe, is going to be the new movie with Ryan Gosling. And my husband and I are so excited about it. I think me more so because I do like Ryan Gosling. Not saying that my husband doesn't. I think he had like different ideas of who the main character should be, but nevertheless, we are very excited about this movie, and it came at the perfect time because it's right towards the end of this readathon. So definitely looking forward to that. And here's my last page. And my last page, I had these 2 stickers left, and then I had this big sticker. Technically, they're not lilacs, but I thought it would look nice, but I decided not to go for it. And I'm taking that green Tombow color, and I'm going to do a border with it. But this page is going to be my book review page, where I'm going to put the books and write my reviews. So, yeah, I think that's basically the whole thing. And I'm going to do like a flip through of the whole thing. But yeah, it's kind of hard to talk this entire time, but let me know what you think. Just letting you know how my process goes. And hopefully you didn't hear the music in the background. Right now I have some music playing in the living room, but my house is very echoey, so I can hear it pretty loud, but hopefully it doesn't pick up in this video. So, all right, and I think that's it. So let's go ahead and do that flip through.
Okay, so that is my March setup. So this is the final review. So simple in terms of like what layouts I have, like prompts, wrap up, and I really like how it turns out, and I did talk to you through it. So this is just that final flip through. Wish this kind of came out a little darker, but that's okay. And yeah, I'll just start putting little book covers here once I finish the book and just kind of write about the book. And if I need to make another page, I'll make another page. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, just put it down below. But I will see you in another one. Bye, guys.